The story of aviation is not just the story of machines. It is the story of human ambition, engineering courage, wartime urgency, economic transformation, and now a trillion-dollar technological revolution that is reshaping how we move across the planet. From fragile wooden gliders to electric vertical takeoff jets, aviation has evolved faster than almost any other industry in modern history. And today, as artificial intelligence designs aircraft and electric propulsion challenges the dominance of fossil fuels, we are standing at the edge of a new era. Before powered flight, there were dreamers. One of the most important was Otto Lilienthal. In the late 19th century, his gliders proved that controlled flight was possible. He built and flew more than 2,000 glides, carefully studying lift and wing curvature. His aircraft were simple, made of wood and fabric, but they demonstrated aerodynamic principles that still shape aviation today. Lilienthal's work inspired engineers across Europe and America. His tragic death in 1896 did not stop progress, it accelerated it. The data he gathered became the foundation for the next leap forward. That leap came in 1903 when the Wright brothers achieved the first powered, controlled, sustained flight. Their Flyer stayed in the air for only seconds, but those seconds changed history. Within a decade, aviation evolved from fragile experiments into practical machines. By World War I, aircraft were reconnaissance tools and weapons. By the 1920s and 1930s, aviation had become a symbol of national pride and technological advancement. The interwar period produced some of the most elegant aircraft designs ever built. Aircraft shifted from wood and fabric to metal structures. Radial engines became more powerful and reliable. Companies like Boeing, Fokker, and Douglas transformed aviation from a risky adventure into a commercial enterprise. Airlines began carrying passengers across continents. Aviation became an industry. Then came World War II, and with it, one of the most explosive periods of innovation in aviation history. Fighter aircraft like the Spitfire and bomber fleets reshaped engineering priorities. Speed, reliability, and rapid engine start became critical. This is where one of aviation's lesser-known but fascinating technologies emerged, the Kaufman starter. Unlike conventional electric starters that required heavy batteries, the Kaufman system used explosive cartridges to ignite an explosive charge. The expanding gases drove a turbine mechanism that spun the engine to starting speed within seconds. Compact, lightweight, and effective in extreme conditions, it was ideal for wartime aircraft. Installed on engines such as the Rolls-Royce Merlin powering Spitfires, it demonstrated how necessity drives innovation. Even decades later, films like Flight of the Phoenix showcased this technology, reminding audiences of the mechanical ingenuity that defined the era. But the war did more than produce creative starters. It accelerated jet propulsion. In Germany and Britain, engineers were developing turbojet engines. The introduction of jet aircraft in the 1940s marked another turning point. Jet propulsion allowed higher speeds, higher altitudes, and eventually global commercial travel. By the 1950s and 1960s, commercial aviation entered the jet age. Aircraft such as the Boeing 707 and later the 747 transformed international travel. Flying became accessible to millions. General aviation also flourished in this period. Manufacturers like Cessna, Piper, and Beechcraft made personal and training aircraft widely available. Aircraft such as the Cessna 172 became symbols of pilot training worldwide. General aviation supported business travel, flight schools, and private ownership. It created a culture where aviation was not only for airlines and militaries, but also for individuals. As technology advanced, so did aircraft size and range. Wide-body jets connected continents in hours. Supersonic ambitions emerged with Concorde. Although commercial supersonic travel did not become mainstream, it demonstrated what was possible when engineering pushed boundaries. Yet aviation's growth came with consequences. The industry became heavily dependent on fossil fuels. Environmental concerns grew. Noise pollution, carbon emissions, and fuel efficiency became central topics in the late 20th and early 21st centuries. Airlines demanded more efficient engines. Manufacturers responded with composite materials, improved aerodynamics, and digital fly-by-wire systems. Then, the digital revolution transformed aviation again. Modern aircraft became flying computers. Glass cockpits replaced analog instruments. GPS navigation replaced traditional methods. Artificial intelligence began optimizing flight routes and maintenance schedules. Predictive maintenance systems now analyze engine performance in real time. Aviation became not only mechanical, but deeply data-driven. Today, we are entering what many analysts call the trillion-dollar aviation revolution. Electric propulsion, urban air mobility, and autonomous systems are reshaping the future. One of the most exciting developments is the emergence of electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, or eVTOLs. Companies like Lilium are developing electric jets designed for regional mobility. The Lilium jet uses distributed electric propulsion with multiple ducted fans integrated into its wings. Unlike helicopters, which rely on large rotating blades, this design aims to provide quieter, more efficient vertical flight. Electric aviation addresses one of the biggest criticisms of traditional flight: emissions. While battery energy density still limits long-haul applications, short regional routes are increasingly feasible. Urban air mobility could reduce ground congestion in megacities. The economic potential is enormous. Analysts project that the urban air mobility market alone could reach hundreds of billions of dollars in the coming decades. Artificial intelligence is playing a major role in this transformation. AI assists in aerodynamic modeling, battery optimization, flight control systems, and even air traffic management. Autonomous flight systems are being tested. While full pilotless commercial aviation may still face regulatory and public acceptance challenges, cargo drones and small passenger aircraft are moving steadily towards automation. If we look at the journey from Lilienthal's gliders to electric jets, the pattern is clear. Each era solved the challenges of the previous one while creating new possibilities. Early aviation solved lift and control. The jet age solved speed and distance. The digital era solved navigation and efficiency. Now, the electric era aims to solve sustainability. For content creators focusing on aviation, this historical arc offers powerful storytelling opportunities. A professional AI-generated slideshow video that begins with early gliders, moves through World War II innovations like the Kaufman starter, transitions into the golden age of general aviation with Cessna, Piper, and Beechcraft, and ends with electric aircraft like the Lilium jet, would create a compelling narrative. English is indeed the ideal platform language. It reaches the widest global aviation audience, including enthusiasts, pilots, engineers, and investors. Starting with one manufacturer, such as Cessna, is a strategic move. You could trace its evolution from early piston trainers to modern turboprops and business jets, then expand into Beechcraft and Piper. Later, cover larger manufacturers like Boeing and Airbus, examining how commercial aviation scaled globally. Eventually, you could explore regional manufacturers and even emerging electric startups. To make the content professional and engaging, focus on technical progression, economic impact, and cultural influence. Avoid simply listing aircraft models. Instead, explain why each innovation mattered. Why did all-metal construction replace wood? Why did jet engines dominate? Why is electric propulsion challenging conventional systems? Include historical context, engineering insights, and market implications. The aviation industry today represents trillions of dollars in economic activity. Airlines, manufacturers, maintenance providers, airports, and regulators form a complex ecosystem. As sustainable aviation fuels, hydrogen propulsion, and battery technologies mature, this ecosystem will transform again. Governments are investing heavily in green aviation. Private capital is flowing into startups. The pace of innovation is accelerating. Looking forward to 2026 and beyond, we are likely to see hybrid electric regional aircraft enter service. Advanced air mobility corridors may begin operating in selected cities. AI-driven air traffic systems could improve efficiency and reduce delays. Supersonic travel may re-emerge in business aviation segments. Hydrogen-powered prototypes will continue testing. But perhaps the most important change is psychological. For over a century, aviation has been associated with roaring engines and the smell of jet fuel. The next generation may associate it with silent electric lift and digital autonomy. The transformation is not only technical, it is cultural. From Lilienthal's wooden wings to electric ducted fans, from explosive cartridge starters to AI-managed propulsion systems, aviation's evolution reflects humanity's relentless drive to fly farther, faster, and cleaner. The industry has survived wars, economic crises, fuel shocks, and global pandemics. Each challenge reshaped it, but none stopped it. The trillion-dollar aviation revolution is not a single breakthrough. It is a convergence of electric power, artificial intelligence, material science, and urban mobility concepts. It is the next chapter in a story that began with a man gliding off a hill in Germany more than a century ago. And if history teaches us anything, it is that aviation never stands still. The aircraft of 2026 will look revolutionary compared to those of 1903. But the aircraft of 2050 may make today's designs look just as primitive. The sky has never been the limit. It has always been the beginning.